Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your bi-weekly work and finance focused readings. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and this is going to cover the weeks it's going to cover the time frame of the 3rd of April onto the 16th of April, and it will be focused on work, career, finances, and anything that covers where your money goes or where your money's coming from, okay? These are general readings, so try and keep that in mind. They're not going to apply to everybody watching, or they're not going to apply exactly in the same way. You can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, for additional information that may apply to you. And if not, you could always get a private reading specific to just you and what you're dealing with and what you want to look at in your life. And all the links you need for that are in the description box below. And we are running special offer readings at this time, so I always encourage everyone to check out the specials page on my website as well. And again, it's in the description box below. But other than that, I hope that you enjoy your readings and that you have a wonderful time ahead when it comes to this sector in your life. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy your readings, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Okay? Take care. Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your reading. So let's have a look at what is coming up for you during this time frame. And the sun has come out, and I do have a screen here, but it's very, very bright. So I hope the lighting is okay. We're going to make it work. So at the bottom of the deck, as the overall energy, we do have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about this being a time of choices for you, a time of decisions to be made, choosing between two different possibilities or two different options. The Two of Pentacles can also talk about two sources of income for you, either taking on a second job during this time frame, or this is what you have been doing and you've been working two jobs and you're able to manage your finances beautifully, and you've got two strands of income to work with, okay? For those of you, this is a busy time and you have to use your prioritizing skills and your time management skills to keep everything in the air, to keep everything working properly. But you do have choices to make during this time frame because you have to think about things in the long run. You have to think about things in terms of what is the healthy thing for me to do here? What is the best choice for me? And also, how long am I going to be able to keep this up for, okay? Because we also have the Ten of Wands in your reading, and that can talk about working too much or being too buried in work, overburdened. So we have Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands, Temperance, talking about a need for balance and thinking ahead, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So the first scenario coming through here is someone who's definitely overworked, someone who's definitely taking on more than they can handle, or in a position where they can't say no. And so their workload keeps growing and growing and growing, and chances are this is, if you're doing this, this is, you know, you doing your work and also doing the work of the entire team, of the entire department, or just doing the work of other people around you, and that is burdening you. And it's also keeping you stuck where you are. So if you are starting off in an administration role or in an assistant position, your job is your job, but you start helping out because people ask you in a lot of different directions, and before you know it, you're everyone's assistant, and you can never get out of that assistant position to move up, okay? With the Eight of Wands, this could be looking online, looking for other jobs. This could also be receiving news about offers or opportunities for you with the Eight of Wands. With the Temperance card, it is again balancing things. So it could be where, yes, you work two different jobs and you just have to focus on keeping that balance. And also you have to think ahead. How long am I going to be able to keep this up for? Is this a healthy move for me to make in the long run? And when is it time to say stop and just pick one for me to focus on? This could also be, again, a very busy week, and you have to make things work, and you have to keep the balance, and you have to keep everything just floating just fine, okay, with this kind of energy. And you're definitely burdened, but there's still more work coming your way, okay? So if this has been going on, the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance card is asking you to think things through and really decide, you know, in terms of, is this a good thing for me to do? Is this a good job for me to be in? Is it time to speak up with this kind of energy? The Page of Pentacles can represent a new job opportunity being presented to you. And then the Five of Wands can represent on-the-job training for you in this new position. I feel that you may be either you're choosing one job, if this is about you working two different jobs with the Temperance card and Ten of Wands, and it's just getting too much and things are taking off, and so your workload increases even more. And so I feel like this is the time for you to make a choice. And as soon as you make that choice and you just pick one job to dedicate yourself to, I feel that you could see additional training happening. You could see workshops or seminars or that sort of thing, because you're talking about things in terms of, okay, well, this is what I want to focus on. What are my options here? I want to grow. I want to expand my career. What are my options? Because I've been doing everything for everyone else and I'm stuck here, and I've been stuck here for a while and it's not getting any better. And so I'm really thinking about my time at this company, and this is what I want to do. What do you have to offer me here? It's time to just go back to basics. What is it that we discussed when I first started here? Okay, and so with the Page of Pentacles, you could be working out some sort of a financial arrangement, or at least them giving you the option to study, to grow, to expand, and then move up. Okay, and so that's what is happening for some of you in this scenario. For others of you, this is about, again, struggling to keep your balance because you're doing too much for everyone. So you have your job and other people are depending on you, and so you have to take care of yourself, but you also have to take care of everyone else. This is coming to a point where you're carrying people with the Ten of Wands, and it needs to stop. Okay, you need to have some conversations, and they may be difficult to have, and people may not be happy to hear these things, but you do have to think about yourself, and you have to think about your own health and well-being, and maybe taking your money back, okay, from just giving it away to people. And that can cause some conflict and that can cause some tension, but at the end of the day, it's about what's good for you. You've been doing this for a long time, and it's okay, and you should just bring the attention back to you and bring your own resources back to you. For those of you, you could be helping someone find a job so that you don't have to carry them anymore. And I feel like, you know what, they may struggle with it, or they may struggle in terms of, you know what, I don't really like it, or I don't know, I don't like the people I'm working with, or it seems like it's a lot of work. But don't go back to carrying that person. You did your job, okay? You got them a job. You got them a way of supporting themselves. And it is completely up to them what they do with that opportunity. But it is a blessing. So you don't have to explain yourself, and you don't have to let them guilt you into taking them back and carrying them, okay? So for some of you, that's what's going on, and you need to just be mindful of this. I do see choosing between two different jobs in whichever circumstance. I do see on-the-job training happening here. For those of you, you know, it's kind of the flip side of that, where you've been in one job and you're taking on another during this time frame with the Temperance card. And this could be temporary, you know, a temporary position, like a temping role, or a 1-month contract, or a 3-month contract. But it would be beneficial for you in terms of adding to your experience and your finances. You just need to find that balance and be mindful of your health as you're doing this. You can handle things, but you do have to prioritize, and you do have to make sure that you're only doing your job or jobs and not everyone else's, and you will be okay. For those of you who have been struggling to make ends meet because you've been unemployed, this is a good time for you to keep going with the search and to just focus on your own job search for the time being, as opposed to taking care of everyone else. You can't move things forward unless you just fully dedicate yourself to this, if this is what you want to do, if you want to get a job, then it's time to bring back your energy from helping everyone out to just investing and finding a job. And then with the 8 of Wands, this could be sending out emails, calling people, receiving emails, letters, that sort of thing. And it is good news, and it is options coming in for you to look at and choose from with the Temperance card. This is about not being impulsive and not going for the first thing you get. You have some good options to consider. At least 2 of them are really, really good. And it's about doing what's right for you, but also thinking about things in the long run with this Temperance card and keeping everything in the balance. So if you have a family, then with the Temperance card, it's about keeping that in mind as well. If you want to spend time with family as well, you can't choose the job that keeps you away from home all the time. Or if you want to, be close for your kids and stuff like that, you can't choose the job that has you working 12 hours a day. So again, it's things to consider, and just keep in mind all the responsibilities and the plans that you have when you choose your option, when you choose the best option for yourself. But you are starting a new job and a new way of making money during this time frame, and you may go through training, and it may be a bit of inner conflict going on at first because you may be away from family or you may be away from your children, but it's just that transition period. It's just as you're adjusting, but it is a good thing for you to do, because at the end of the day, you want to spend time with them, but you also have to provide for them. So it's just what it is, and you have to find the balance to make it work for you. And I do see winning some sort of competition or winning some sort of contest coming up. And it could be something that you've been training for a really long time. So it could be something like a marathon, it could be for charity, but it could also be for money or rewards of some sort. Okay, but it could be also competition for a job that you're winning, and you've been preparing for it and doing your research and taking your time and giving yourself the best shot you have, and you're going to get good news on that and a job offer attached to it. And for some of you, I do see kind of night and day alternating. So you could start a job where it's one of those things where, I don't know, it's odd hours, or you work for 2 long days and then you have 2 days off, or you work a couple of shifts, like the day shift, and then you have night shifts to do as well, or that sort of thing could be coming up here for some of you. But these are a few of the messages coming through for you. A few different scenarios, so I hope that at least one of them makes sense to you and that it helps you. Let me know how these cards apply to you. If they do, I look forward to your comments. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful time ahead. Make the best of it. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.